to him, and I was sitting there going, wow. And then the second guy got up, and he stood there speechless. And he said, you know, I almost feel bad. He said, he started talking about all the things that he had accomplished, and he said, you know, I've never fasted one day in my entire life. I want to tell you about fasting for just a second so you get an understanding where we're going. I had fasted many times, but I found something I need to ask God. The key on fasting is I first need to know how many days God says up front. People have these trends going, 40 days and all this other stuff. Just ask God. It doesn't take you 40 days to hear God. But if you have a day you're starting, you have a day you're finishing. Know how many days God says up front. I already see myself. People have these trends going, 40 days and all this other stuff. Just ask God. It doesn't take you 40 days to hear God. Some people fast. But if you have a day you're starting, you have a day you're finishing. Know how many days God says up front. I already see myself. People have these trends going, 40 days and all this other stuff. Just ask God. It doesn't take you 40 days. So some people fast. But if you have a day you're starting, you have a day you're finishing. So how many days God says it? People have these trends going, 40 days and all this other stuff. Just ask God. It doesn't take you 40 days. So some people fast. But if you have a day you're starting, you have a day you're finishing. So when God is looking for us to be children of God, disciples of Christ, ambassadors for his kingdom, there's some things about fasting that do matter to God. And so I want to talk tonight about a couple of things. So we're going to stand on the first side that says God's kind of fast. And let's begin. You'll notice the places I have darkened and bold on purpose. Is not this the kind of fast I have chosen? That's God speaking. He is saying specifically, here's what I want you to do the most. And he says, is this not the kind of fast I have chosen? To lose. You'll notice the places I want you to do the most and to set the oppressed free. And he says, is this not the kind of fast I have chosen? God's called to lose. You'll notice the places I want the most and to set the oppressed free. And he says, is this not the kind of fast that you chose? God's called to lose. Notice the places I want the most and to set the oppressed free. And he says, is this not the kind of fast that you chose? God's called to lose. Notice the places I want the most and to set the oppressed free. And he says, is this not the kind of fast that you chose? God's called to lose. Notice the places I want the most and to set the oppressed free. And he says, is this not the kind of fast that you chose? God's called to lose. Notice the places I want most and to set the oppressed free. And he says, sisters, is this not the kind of fast that you chose? God's called to lose. Notice the church. Both of them. Places I want most and to set the oppressed free. And he says, sisters, I'm one in Christ. We're a body of believers. Our job is to unify. We're supposed to walk for both all the time. Verse 8 says, then you're light. You know, I want to tell you about another verse for a second. We're supposed to walk. Let me just tell you the verse. It says that eye is the lamp unto the soul. I can look in a person's eyes and I can see if Jesus is there. I can also see when something else is there that shouldn't be there. But it talks about your light shining forth. When you look at a person, and a few eye colors are difficult. Both are supposed to. Let me just tell you this. It shouldn't be there. But you're looking for the pupil. It talks about your light shining forth. When you look at a person, it just kind of keeps going in and in. That person's got some challenges. You, as Christians, both. Let me just tell you this. It shouldn't be this. That's why I always like to see people, meet them face to face and talk face to face so I can look. But you're looking for the people. It talks about your light. Let me just tell you this. It shouldn't be this. Your light. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and talk. Is the one who lives in us. And so he said, your light will break forth like your but you're looking for the people. Your light pops up over. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he said, your light will break forth like your but you're looking for the people. Your light over. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth like your but you're looking for the people. Over. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth like your but you're looking for the people. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth like your but you're looking for the people. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth like your but you're looking for the people. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth like your but you're looking for the people. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth like your but you're looking for the people. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth and will be inside. To wrap his arms around us so that we would be protected. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth and will be inside. To wrap his arms are out of the word so that we would be protected. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth and will be inside. To wrap his arms are out of the word so that we would be protected. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth and will be inside. To wrap his arms are out of the word so that we would be protected. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth and will be inside. To wrap his arms are out of the word so that we would be protected. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth and will be inside. To wrap his arms are out of the word so that we would be protected. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break forth and will be inside. To wrap his arms are out of the word so that we would be protected. That's why I always like to see people meet him face to face and just the one who lives in us. And so he says, your light will break in the darkness and your night will become like noonday. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? I'll tell you how. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? I'll tell you how. The sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? I'll tell you how. The sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? I'll tell you how. The sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? Imagine, think about it. We have the sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? Imagine, think about it. We have the sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? Imagine, think about it. We have the sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? Imagine, think about it. We have the sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? Imagine, think about it. We have the sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? Imagine, think about it. We have the sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. Let's get a picture of that. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? Imagine, think about it. We have the sun, the moon. The first thing that God did. How is it possible that your light will rise in the darkness? Imagine, think about it. We have the sun, the moon. The first thing that technology that they're using in both. And she has some beautiful paintings. I have several of them in my apartment. I'm trying to get more of them, even if I don't have a place to put them. Because to me, it's that I want to hold on to. How is it possible that your light will shine? How is it possible that your light will? I don't have a place. I'm trying to get more of them. Because to me, it's because to me, it's how is it possible that your light will shine? How is it possible starts talking about your You will be called repairer of broken walls, restorer. You will be called repairer of broken walls. Get them ready to go. I've always prayed for my home to be that rest haven for me. Makes such a difference. Home to be able to love on that rest haven. I've always just been Christ's return or until we go to be in heaven. We'll always be Send me your light and your faithful care. Faithful care has gentleness in it. Doesn't have things. Father was a good man. But he was, in the end, he was a great man because he loved the Lord. He kept trying to tell me about him, but I had certain images of my dad when in the end he was a great man. I can't let any image I have of a father be placed on God because he loved the Lord. I had certain images of my dad when he was in the end he was a great man, the best fathers. I couldn't begin to use. I can't let any image I have. I can't let any image I have be placed on Father, be placed on, and just choose to learn God as my Father in heaven. And then that healed me from things that my father did. And one of the verses he used was Jesus on the cross. He placed on, and just choose to learn God as my Father in heaven. I looked at that healed from things that my father did. And Jesus on the cross, he placed on, and just choose to learn God as my Father. I looked at that healed from things that my father You see, it's not enough just to get God to come to you. I have to learn how to walk. It's not enough just to get God to come to you. I have to learn how to walk. It's not enough just to get God to come to you. I have to learn how to say to God, walk. But he said he left him for a more opportune time. He keeps coming back. We all have something we're working on. I just got to learn. But he said he left him for a more word. For it says in Psalms 119, it says, your word is a lamp for my feet, a light to my path. Opportunity. For it says in Psalms 119, it says, your word is a lamp for my feet. He says, I'm a Lord to my path. Opportunity. For it says in Psalms 119, are going in jets, whatever our time in life is and where society is, every word applies to us where we are, and it makes such a difference. Time is where society is still, every word applies to us where we are, and it makes such a difference. Time is where society is still, every word applies to us where we are, and it makes such a difference. Where we are and where we're going, not where we've been. Everybody has a past, but everyone has a future. Where are you going to focus? On our failures. I've been in the Lord 20, 30 years, and I should know better, should have done that. Instead of saying that, where we are and where we're going, not where we've been. Where we are and where we're going, not where we've been. Go back to the beginning. Everyone had a future. Everybody has a past. I've been in the Lord 20 years. church for 30 years, and I don't know if it's where we are, and where we're going, not where we see it. Where we are, and where we're going, not where we see it. Where we are, if you never realize the when you and His glory appears over you, so that people can see you, so people who are in the dark so people to your light. When you become that light for God, then when you're because we have a future, begin to get into them and change them in such a way the nations will beginning to talk about a couple of years into them and Jesus who had the colostomy bag, the house hardly. She was 80-something years old, couldn't hardly function. She's up in the nations. So I'm sitting there talking to her in Dr. J's house, and she starts telling me about nations. She was 80. She was function. She was 80. She's up in the nations. She said, "But I gotta pray for him." And she did. She prayed till the last day she breathed. And there's lots of people in Dr. J's house. The reason Dr. J's house is pray for her. She did. She prayed till the last day she breathed. Till the last day she breathed. Right within your world, you can reach the lost. It makes such a difference. So Matthew writes in the Bible, says, what she did, she prayed till the last day she breathed. Till the last day she breathed. Till the last day she breathed. And glorify your Father in heaven. Everything we accomplish has nothing to do right within your world. Till the last day she breathed. Everything we accomplish, everything we cause nothing. Every one of us has nothing. Every one of us have a purpose. God's shown us. But here's what happens with glory. Luke 7, you have done everything you were told to do, should say, we were unworthy servants, we have only done our duty. And everything we cost nothing. Everything we cost nothing. Everything you were told to do, we were unworthy servants. We were unworthy servants. I don't know any of the glory. It all goes to God. But when you get there and you start giving it all to Him, you begin to have rewards and blessings that you can't measure. You just are doing the glory. It all goes to His glory. It all goes to God. It was still the Lord doing it through us. All we were was obedient, willing to be used by God. That's the Holy Spirit. It all goes to His glory. It all goes to God. It all goes to His glory. It all goes to God. It was still the Lord doing it through us. That is our goal. Some of those people will never step foot in this church. You'll reach them in the street. All goes to His glory. So the calling is about us going out. But this is the fast we have to reach the hungry, reach the lost, reach the broken, reach the people that have no hope. You have a light inside you. My question is simple tonight. Do you feel like your light's not shining very bright? Do you feel like just our goal, just kind of existing and going through the motions, and you really, my question is, you don't have what you need to get there? Maybe you're in this room and your life's not shining, and you're just learning about who God is and what He wants to do in your life. And I want to tell you that God cares about you right where you are. Bow your heads with me for a minute. If you don't have what you need to get there, maybe you're in this room and your life's not shining. It always has to be. If you're here and not right with the Lord, if you've never been saved or been saved and seem to have wandered away a bit, if that's you in this room, raise your hand. Because you matter to God. Thank you. My next question is tougher, because I know I'm speaking to believers here tonight. Is there someone here that's lost some of their joy? That seems to be existing more than you are bouncing with life in it. If that's you, you're just learning about it always has to be to God. I see that hand. That seems to be existing more than you are bouncing as you look here tonight also. It's you. You're just learning about it. I don't think I ever understood or had a good picture of what a godly fast is like. Food or no food, what God's intentions were. I want to ask you to reach inside your spirit, and I want you to see the light that's so bright inside you. You just have to let it out, because it's already there. And God loves you right where you are. He's such an amazing God. You couldn't have failed enough to make God have one fraction less of love for you. You couldn't have messed up or done something wrong or made a bad choice that made God love you any less in any way. There's nothing you have in your life that can keep you. You couldn't have failed enough to make God have one fraction, and that light's inside. When you pick your head up, that's when you have to make that decision to let your light shine out. The glow of the Lord. They talk about Moses, a blood veil of him around his face, and that light's inside. The glow that was there. When you pick your head up, same glow. That's when you have to make that decision to let your light shine out. So the glow of the Lord. They talk. Father, I pray that you would help that light inside each one of us just break forth in such a love for you around his face. Such care. Father, nurture. I pray that you would help that light inside each one of us just break forth in such a love for you around his face. Such care. Father, nurture. I pray that you would help that light inside each one of us just break forth in such a love for you around his face. Such care. Father, nurture. I pray that you would help that light inside each one of us just break forth in such a love for you around his face. Such care. Father, nurture. I pray that you would help that light inside each one of us just break forth in such a love for you around his face. Such care. Father, nurture. I pray that you would help that light inside each one of us just break forth in such a love for you around his face. Such care. Father, nurture. I pray that you would help that light inside each one of us just break forth in such a love for you around his face. Such care. Father, nurture. I pray that you would help that light inside each one of us just break forth in such a love for you around his face. Such care. Father, nurture. I want to encourage you. You start to shine to others. Christians need it just as much as non-Christians. I want to encourage you, we're supposed to support